because I feel like I'm being smashed with so many different things at the same time at the moment, and
Yeah, you are.
just
Hey, everybody, welcome back to episode 62
you're not helping.
of
You're
Read This
smashing me
Way.
too. Oh,
Yeah, no, I agree. There is so much quality content coming out at the moment, and I am struggling to keep up with just the manga at the moment. He says as he picks up the Wheel of Time audiobook series
and all the other things that are floating around.
that is like over 1,000 hours of. Well, actually, it's probably not. It's pretty close though. I reckon it's probably like 500 hours worth of listening.
Yeah, after he's just come off the back of 1,000 freaking episodes of. You can do it, man. You can do it.
I I started listening to it. I'm like, damn, this is really good. How many other books are there? Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, mistakes have been made. Oh, I'm invested already.
I've heard
So
a
yeah,
lot of good things about it.
there's like 13 books and they're all like 30 hours on average. So I'm like, oh man. Actually, yeah, that means that it's over somewhere between like 300 to 400 hours worth of audiobook that I'm listening to. But it's good. I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely put into perspective.
Perspective.
Yeah, I almost said perspective. That's not a word.
It's very suspective.
It's the grape juice. What was I saying? Oh yeah, how bad certain series that we'll talk about later are so bad. But yeah, news. We got a little bit, not a lot. We did get confirmation of another series ending. Surprising nobody. It's to retry.
I thought we announced that last week.
We did, but it was speculative. Well, I guess it's an epilogue chapter because last chapter it could have been the last one, to be honest, but it's not.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Because it kind of just capped off on the end.
It time skipped and everything. I'm like, this feels like an epilogue. So we'll talk a little bit about that and go over the other leaked stuff. What was because there was something that you wanted to talk about last week that we didn't get around to.
Oh, I wanted to talk about Vinland Saga because I'd been watching that.
Oh, yes.
We'll talk about that later.
Beautiful. And there's
news-wise, they've announced the title of the new season of Attack on Titan.
Do you want to tell me what it is? It's not season 7, is it?
No, it's Attack on Titan final season part 4. Season is it part 2 of part 4? Yeah.
It's so stupid.
I'd like to see that in Japanese actually, because it's so ridiculous how they've done the naming structure. They're gonna have to fix it later on. Surely enough, it's become a joke now.
Yeah, it really is
a silly joke.
I'm just. It was 2 actually like 4 covers I wanted to show off that I saved on my phone, so I'm just quickly trying to get that onto my computer so I can show them off.
I'll quickly say that they've released Fully Cooley Grunge. Don't watch it; it's horrible. I'm saving you time. I can explain why. So it's fully 3D animated, and they haven't even tried.
Do you think that it's just going to be the one episode, or is it not experimental like the original Fully Cooley was?
Yeah, it's going to be like a series of episodes.
You know what I mean by that?
Well, the original was like it was a 6-parter, wasn't it?
All of them have been, haven't they?
Yeah. So I imagine this one would be no different.
Yeah.
And it just confuses. So Production IG is one of the most confusing companies on this planet. They can produce some of the most high quality material you'll come across. Like,
oh yeah, it's a massive mixed bag, right?
And then they roll this junk out, which is just like, what? I wouldn't even put this as a FMV in a PS2 video. It's just so bad. So
Dude,
bad.
That is savage.
It's true though. If you, I implore you to just watch 3 minutes of the first episode, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Hell, I sent you a video, and
yeah, but I mean, it was a video of a video, and I'm like, it's not that bad.
Dude, okay. Whatever. Either some elemental blades have set your bar really low, or maybe something else has. Our bar keeps getting lower and lower, doesn't
it? I mean, it's no cheat skill.
Nope. No, I still stand by the fact that was purposely made terrible.
I don't know, man. They delayed it to put in effort at the end there.
I know. I reckon they delayed it to make it more awful than what it was previously. they went out of their way to make it even worse. Just so they could fill in those gaps that they couldn't animate with poorly animated areas. Any other news? What have we got on news? It's just, all the usual stuff.
We got, well, hang on a moment. Let me get myself organized.
I'm waiting.
Organized.
Yeah.
You didn't notice that you were on the wrong side of the bed either, did you?
No, I noticed. And I was purposely not saying something because it was making me feel a little bit uncomfortable. And
I thought I'd swap us like during the intro, and I was like, he'll be
you get it.
We got another key visual for Elusive Samurai. Oh, whoops. That was weird. Not what I meant to do.
You took away the cute dog.
I know. In the description comment section thingy is a link to a 30-second video that who was it that put it up? It's in Japanese. I think it's Aniplex put it up. Just showcasing.
That's their name down the bottom right-hand corner there.
Yeah. So. Showcasing this said key visual by the looks of it, nothing else, and a little bit of voice acting.
Okay.
And coming 2024. So we kind of have a bit of more of a release date, but that's about it.
Man, 2024 is going to be
pretty, like, the next 6 months are going to be packed.
They're going to be pretty full on. Thank goodness, because this year's been interesting.
We've also got the band Porno Graffiti doing.
Yeah, what was that about?
It's they've done a so they did one of the openings, I think. Yeah. For My Hero Academia. And they're doing a collaboration music video. It's one of the Jump MVs. What's going on, Diggs?
Yo, bro.
Again, check the description comments spot. And you can check out
artwork so much.
Oh, dude. That's actually that picture you sent through the other day, where it was Black Clover, My Hero Academia. I can't remember who the third one was. Maybe it was Jujutsu. And then Boruto and being like, if you're
come on, man, step up the game.
if these weekly series are putting out this,
why
your
is this
monthly series shouldn't look like this.
We've got to understand that the man doing the monthly series is almost twice the age of the people doing the weekly series. You know, we've got to understand.
Who's doing the monthly for Boruto, actually?
He's doing it, isn't he?
Who?
The original guy.
Kishimoto? No.
Isn't he?
I think he might be a consultant or writer, but he's not illustrating it.
Okay. No, I don't follow it, so I don't know. If that's the case and it's a newish artist, I mean,
Ukyo Kodachi.
But the other thing is we can't dump on it too much because that's the visual style of the world. You know, that's just what the world demands. Is that sort of
So I think he was initially writing it, like doing it by himself. But then in November 2020, he stepped down with Kishimoto taking over as writer.
Okay. It's interesting.
Yeah. Wow, it's been going since 2016? That is insane.
Boruto has?
Yeah.
No, it surely. What? No.
Really?
That feels like too long. 7 years, man. Doesn't feel right.
4th of August, 2016.
Isn't there like 50 chapters?
It was monthly.
Even still.
And there was a few hiatuses in there.
Must have been.
That's interesting. That was a rabbit hole.
Yeah, let's get back to this great music video with Porn Crumpet. What? Graffiti, a different band.
Porn Crumpet, bro, I love it.
No, there's an actual band.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Sorry, that was my mistake. Porn Graffiti.
Oh man. Oh, the psychedelic
great
porn
band name.
Crumpets.
Yeah, those guys. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, didn't know they were a thing.
They are, and now they're a thing that you're going to look at later.
Oh man,
you'll enjoy it.
Tenmaku Cinema will release its final volume in November, volume 3. Series will publish. Ooh, I didn't know about this. The series will publish a special extra chapter also in November Shonen Jump Plus app. In addition, Yuto, the Yuto and Shun, the team behind Food Wars and Tenmaku, will be publishing a new work in Jump Giga 2024 spring.
It's another set of names jump into Jump Giga.
Well, it could be a one shot because that's where they publish all the one shots.
Why can't we have Jump Giga?
I know.
I want to read all the new stuff.
Kane Banashi cover.
Nice.
We've got a Witch Watch Volume 13 cover.
Love that. Why do I love that?
Isn't it great? Dude, I love the covers for Witch Watch. I need to get back into it. It was really fun.
You're so goofy.
Like low stakes battle shonen. But also kind of felt like a light harem, but it was like you knew that it wasn't actually because it was going to be the two mains.
Yeah. It's kind of like Dan to Dan kind of style vibes where it's feels a little starts to feel harem, but it's not.
I keep thinking there's an older series that I can't quite grab in my head to compare it to, but yeah. Well. My
yes,
Hero
it's on the
Academia
list.
TV anime will be getting a special OVA to be screened on 10 limited theaters for a week, which sucks because it won't come
What?
here.
Was it like a
Um,
halfer? What are they doing?
I don't know, man. In addition to this, new original episodes from 136 to 138 will also be screened. So it's I don't know. It's a weird little thing that
They
they're
do a lot of
doing.
weird stuff over there. Let's face
They
it.
do. They do. We got Mashal TV Anime publishing its latest information. Not next week, but the week after,
Announcing season 2, no doubt.
or part 2. I'm not entirely sure because it's showing 2023.
Ah, yeah, of course, because they've only done one season so far.
Oh yes.
So yeah, that'll be in the last series, the last part of the year.
We did know this already. The Undead Unluck will be broadcasting October 6th. However, what we didn't know is that the opening is going to be done by Queen Bee. They've done other openings from.
Yeah, name's familiar.
They did Tokyo Ghoul, Dororo. I feel like there's more, but I can't think right now. They're really cool. I like their music.
Good. October seems really. I was kind of.
Also
I don't know why I thought that was going to be like 24 release, but. I guess. Cool. Been talking about it for a while.
Actually, was it? So we're always an issue behind. Hang on a minute. Let me get my bearings real quick. Okay, so next issue of Jump is number 42. The Mashal information will be in 43. So not next week's, but the weeks after. And in that same week is the week that we're getting the 2 on Ice, the new series.
Yeah, yeah.
So these are color pages.
The ice skating battle manga.
Yeah. So we got this one. Hang on.
See, battle.
Kagura Bachi, Nue's Exorcist, and Mission Yozakura family will get color pages in the same issue. So I think this is the one that's starting up next week. The other new.
Which is the ice skating one. So that's artwork from the person who does the ice skating one.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Dude,
it's been a whole week. I can't remember.
Oh, wait a minute. Was the ice skating one the one they did previously? And that's work from the new one?
The new one is 2 on Ice.
Okay, so it is the ice skating one.
It's ice skating, not drugs, just to be
clear. Oh, man. That would have made it much more entertaining series. 2 on ice. They should have had like X ice.
So drug
while on ice.
This is so dumb. I'm really excited for this. Fist of the North Star is getting a 40th anniversary. So they're redoing the series again.
Which studio?
Don't know.
Because this will be like the 30th freaking attempt at it.
Dude, I'm just excited to hear the thing again. You know, you're already dead.
Yeah, I know, but that was a classic piece of work. That the original film literally destroys everything that came out afterwards. So nothing else catches up with it. It's so good. And it doesn't matter how slick they make the animation and how much more emphasis they put on the world building. The delivery of the one-liners and the ridiculous action is just so good.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
it'll be interesting to see what they come up with. If it is 3D animated, I am literally gonna goddamn burn the world.
Wait. No, it's Tetsuo Hara is the... Who is this? Is this the studio? Oh, wow, that's cool. Whenever you click on the website, little punch marks appear.
That's cool.
Because it's a fist.
Yeah.
I
love it.
Did Fist of the North Star come out before JoJo's?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, JoJo's took heavy inspiration from Fist of the North Star, but camped it up.
Oh yeah, heavily.
Yeah. I could never remember. I knew that they were kind of around the same time.
Fist is like, it's campy, but it's not.
It's not JoJo's
like,
campy.
It's not JoJo campy. Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is JoJo's didn't really take influence until a little bit further down the track. I mean, the first season or the first arc.
Oh no, I'm more
from it.
Yeah, kind of did. It's like with the super buff.
Visually speaking.
Yeah.
But we all know that he took inspiration from like the Greek statues and that sort of business. Or didn't you know that?
Really?
Yeah. So the artist who did JoJo's, the creator, is a huge fan of the old the artists who did all the statue work back in the Greek days. Oh man, I'm having so much trouble with words right now.
You had too much grape juice, didn't you?
Too much grape. Damn you Greeks! You gave us too much grape juice. So yeah, he took a lot of influence from that. Which is, if you go back and you look at all that, that the work that they did. Yeah. That's definitely. Why do you keep hitting his butt?
Why do you think?
I know why you keep hitting his butt. Sorry.
Damn, dirty calves.
Yeah, there's manly calves.
Unclear who's actually doing it.
Production company, Tetsuo Hara Comics. Bronson.
Yeah.
It's like the Japanese version of Bronson, right?
Yeah. We got new cover for Ichinose.
Yeah, nice.
It's so good.
Nice. That is a really nice cover, actually.
Notice the two that are standing in the opposite direction.
Shh.
Well, you're not up to date anymore, are you?
No, I kind of stopped reading because it just started looping, man. It just kept going around and around. And I get that's the whole concept of the series, but for me, it got tired real quick. Like, there's no resolution whatsoever to anything that they're doing. And the payoff won't be till the very end of the series. And I'm just not that invested for that to happen.
Well,
I know you are, which is fine. Yeah. That's great.
I'm a Tyson 5 sim.
Yeah. And I love Tyson 5 in short format.
Yeah.
I think their short
format. What are we up to now?
Goddamn killer. But we're on like chapter 30s, 40s?
Almost 40. Yeah. Last chapter was 38.
You see, I feel like they're starting to stretch. They're sort of starting to stretch themselves out a little bit, and maybe starting to put stuff in that they didn't necessarily plan to put in, or hadn't predicted.
I don't know.
This is the thing. I'm not, like, I'm really unclear So I'm way back. So I'm a few weeks back, and I just got to
both
the point
grandparents
where
are
it was
in
just
coma
like,
now.
yeah, it started going down that whole. I mean, the whole turn with the grandparents and their story was fascinating, but I still don't. There's still no
When
definition
was that when
of.
grandma pushed him off the cliff? Is that
Yeah,
the one you were talking
I'm
about?
past that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's that whole, because their story it spans across a fair bit,
Mm.
and it's also a part of the greater arcing story as well. But there's no definition as to whether they're in reality or not, or whether they're still in dream, or whether they're, things are changing in the background still, or whether he's still the same age he is, or whether it's changed to another period.
It
It's
feels
so.
like it's pretty solidified that they're no longer in the dream.
That's what you say, but then he flips you on your head. That's the thing.
Yeah, true.
And then when he
Well,
does that,
I
it
feel like
makes
we'll
me
find out.
feel like I just read 15 chapters for no reason. That's what I'm getting.
I feel like next chapter it's going to be another reveal because we've kind of just tied up Big
Well,
Brother's.
we find out that the grandpa prefers jam on his toast this week. I just it's just
What?
little things. It's just little things like that. It the series demands you to pay attention to every detail and try to piece it together as it goes.
It's felt a little bit less like that in the last little arc that they've done. It feels more in the last like
Defined.
10 chapters that they've just been exploring what a family actually is, both found family and blood.
Yeah, you see,
With
that's unfortunately where I started to fall asleep. I I loved that little concept that the dad has gone off and essentially found a whole new family
Mm. Well,
on the
the
side.
kid from that has been living with his big brother.
You see, that's just why.
I don't know. So the mum. So we just found out that the kid was meant to be staying with neighbors, but he ran away when the mum was in hospital. Ended up living with Subasa's big brother, along with another girl who is also a runaway, but she's from like a rich family, and they made like a little uh
Family unit.
yeah, but it was under Subasa's brother's. I've forgotten his
So
name.
this
He
is what
was
I've
all like, blood family is bad because they're shit, and if we stay as strangers and don't actually get to know each other, then we will have a much closer and compassionate relationship.
Yeah, you see, this is why I think I've steered away from it. It's too close to reality. It's too close to home. I read comics for fantasy reasons, to escape reality. But this is hitting notes and it's hitting areas that are too close to, true environments. I ask,
Yeah,
why is the son living with the older brother? Well, there's no reason for it, but that's how life turns out. Sometimes that's just
yeah,
how it turns out, and there's no explanation for it.
yeah,
So he's essentially writing life, and I don't like
yeah. It,
it.
you're like, this is too real. Gonna go read
I
some
liked it. I
fantasy
liked it at
shit.
the start with all the mystery and the dream sequences and the discovering things, and then it just went, "Oh, by the way, we're just gonna do a world like general family drama business," and I'm just like, "Nah, sorry." I just
where are the aliens? Give me the aliens.
One fantasy. Give me weird demon action and stuff.
So I'm interested to see where we're gonna go next chapter, because Tsubasa's like, well, seeing as your fake family fell apart, let's just go home. And the brother's like, oh no, what? Why? And he's like, nah, we're doing it. Let's go. And that's how the chapter ends. I'm almost just like, okay. Oh Jesus. Spy Family has reached 31 million copies in circulation with 11 volumes out now.
It's just
not your cup of tea.
I don't know. I really enjoyed like the first part of it. I'm just trying to think of which arc they got up to, because I kind of got stuck into it early on, and I knew it was a hit as soon as I started reading it. I'm just like, this is gonna be a hit the world over. And I reckon the first 3 chunks are just like exceptional, really good stuff. But then it loses me after that.
It's hard to say. I think I prefer it when it's less focused on Anya. I don't know how much I care about her school stuff.
You see, that's where it started to lose me. As soon as it started to delve into the school side of things, and they started to, do the whole infiltration business there, I'm just like, eh.
I feel if they had have kept like a ratio of like 70-30, like 70% spy stuff, or even spy and family stuff, and then 30% school, then I might have continued reading it. But I mean, at the moment, I've just been watching it. Been enjoying it. I'm enjoying it much more, consuming it with like the flowy animation, because it's gorgeous.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful animation.
The scores, or like everything comes together to create a much fuller, more enjoyable package. But I was reading it as it was coming out, so it was kind of it slows down quite considerably when it just focuses on the kids, and I'm just like, I don't really care that much.
No, get back to kicking stuff and blowing things up.
I want to know more about Mummy and Daddy. I don't give a shit about Anya. Yeah, you're cute. You're a really, really good supporting
this is
character.
where it's banked, right? This is where it's banked and got all its influence from, is because people have gone, oh, she's super cute, and everybody loves cute things, and they've just jumped straight on board with it.
I feel like that's it. I mean, you also got to remember who it's marketing towards. But in saying that as well, it's a clever manga because it's able to diversify its audience base between its 3 core cast members. But I feel that when they do start to focus more on Anya, then it focuses more on that one demographic of its audience.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And as it progresses, it just seems to lean more and more in that direction. Is the problem?
I don't remember where I got up to be honest. Another one that I need to catch up on is wrapping up soon. Even if even if you slit my mouth, is going into its final arc with chapter 74. Dude, it's such
I never actually got around to reading it.
It's so much fun. It's a really, I mean,
weird.
Don't think about it too much, because she's like a 100-year-old guy, and she gets betrothed to this young man who's still in high school. She wants no part in this. So that turns down the creep factor a smidge, and he's the one that's infatuated with her. So that also turns it down a little bit more. but she's still like 100+ year old yokai.
Wait, how old is he?
He's like 16, 17, I think.
He's getting close to
I know, but it's borderline grooming, right?
Well, I don't know.
But again, like
maybe
with those
isn't
caveats,
really.
I know.
And if he was 12,
it
yes.
feels a little creepy. Only a smidge in parts. Overall, though, it's very wholesome, funny. I can't remember where I got up to in it. But this is a Jump Plus manga. I would very much
action. Do we get? Is there something? Because it's even though it's on Jump Plus, it's still a part of the whole shonen range. So surely enough, there's a bit of something in there.
Oh, man, I always do that with freaking Manga Plus.
You lost your place.
No, I went into the most recent chapter by accident.
Yeah, it does that automatically, of course.
Oh, I don't actually know. I think I got like maybe 30 chapters in.
Okay.
Nope. 20. I got 20 chapters in.
20 chapters in.
Yeah.
And the art's kind of fun.
Oh, the art is mwah. It's
got old school vibes to it.
A little bit. Actually, I'll bring it up. That is not Manga Plus.
Dude, bring that up.
Way to make it sound like I was looking at porn.
I didn't say that. You could have been looking at anything.
I was looking at hentai.
Yeah. That's a different thing.
It was actually the Midnight Panther thing that we were looking at like a month ago.
Wow, is that technically?
The tab was still open.
Okay. Wait a minute.
Actually, I think I did show this. Yeah, I talked about this on the show when I started reading it. So this is the first chapter. It definitely is like sets itself in like a rom-com. Actually, you know what? It's very similar to Witch Watch.
Kinda, yeah.
But it's less.
I'm gonna say that the artist for this is younger than the Witch Watch artist. I don't know whether that's an actual fact or not. I'm just looking at the artwork.
Let's see the improvement.
Oh, way cleaner backgrounds. Look at that. Oh god, growth. I love it. Even the paneling's better.
Yeah.
Clean lines.
They'd been
definition
doing it
in the characters.
Even the shading.
Oh, I love
no idea what's going on anymore.
I don't care. The fact that they've grown this much is just fantastic.
The other difference between Witch Watch and this is that this is very Japanese, whereas Witch Watch kind of borders on both, like yokai and like fairy tales, I guess.
It is drawing a little bit of European influence on it.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah. Not well. This is also like a lot of obscure yokai as well. But yeah, it's super cute. Very much would recommend. And it's kind of I'm happy that it's seems to have be like running its course as opposed to being wrapped up.
Yeah, Well, that's why we like Manga Plus, isn't it? It's
Right.
just it lets stuff run its course properly.
Breathe.
Next, we got another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Our next color page. Elusive Samurai.
Again.
Yeah, man.
I'm starting to think you're a little bit biased here.
Me?
No.
Maybe.
I don't know.
That's a great
looking cover, though. Ooh.
So I think we got this one in between, or maybe I just didn't get around to showing it last week. I just really wanted to show it off because it's super nice.
Ishida is moving quicker than I can read, which is a rare occasion.
Because we've already got the next one.
This is my point. The dude just keeps
so good.
He's producing more than a weekly artist on a monthly basis.
Yeah.
So it's just mind bending.
This one isn't a recent one. I just really wanted to show it off because this is where I'm up to. Kindergarten Wars cover is this. Whereabouts are you up to with it? Because I think I might be past you now.
Possibly, I can't. I'm just.
Did you get up to this?
I'm just after they save the girl from her father. They did the whole helicopter thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's been a little while since I picked it up again.
This is the next assassin after, like, directly after that. It was really sad, man. That's why, like, you're all like, "Are you enjoying it?" And I was like, "Yeah, but I'm not happy." Like, goddamn.
It's a good series, though. I mean, there's a lot of depth in the characters in such a short span of time.
Well, this is kind of the turning point for, like, this is a bit of a deep dive into the witch via another character. It's kind of like the mirrored version of her. She didn't end up in the kindergarten teacher role. So you're exploring her as well as the witch. So it was really well done. I really liked it. It was really sad. It was like a
beautiful and sad.
Yeah. Oh man. Key visual.
It's a great series. It's a sleeper series as well. There is really, honestly, not a lot of people out there talking about it, which is a shame.
I'll segue that.
I see Pikachu.
All right. Wait, you see Pikachu?
Sorry, you just in the window you got open there.
So there was actually some information on new Blue Exorcist anime as well, which is pretty sweet.
Oh, interesting.
We're going into the Illuminati arc. If you aren't up to date or at all, the Illuminati is a thing in Blue Exorcist.
Why not?
Has been for a while, but I don't know how much you know about.
I watched Blue Exorcist a long time ago, like
when
the
original
run.
Out.
Yeah, when it did its first run. I watched the movie when it came out.
There was a movie?
Yeah. Oh, you missed something.
I mean, is it canon?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, the original series was only up until a point. No, that's not canon.
I don't know, man. I haven't read the manga.
I like look at the.
It looked dang shiny though.
Look at the poster for it. I'm like, no, that's not canon at all.
I don't remember that.
That looks really cool though.
It's one of those series that spans a lot of years, but they release so sporadically because of health. So,
wow, 2012.
This is the thing, it's over 10 years old. It's still got a massive fan base. People are still loving it, yet it's not been released on a regular basis. Just another.
The manga is now. It
She's doing a bit better now.
Regular hiatuses, but it's like I think she took off maybe 3 months, like from Christmas, like December, January, February, maybe March, so like maybe 4 months. I don't know, I can't remember. But then it's like monthly releases as well. So
yeah, I'm just glad that she's found a pace that's suiting her well, and the people are still there to support her.
Yeah,
just can't. There's been no news on Ruri Dragon, has there?
No, and that's
it's a concern.
Okay, yeah. So I was right. So these are the 3 new series that we've got. So we'll talk a little bit about it in a moment. But Mama Yu is the new one that released Monday this week.
Yep.
Kagura Bachi is the one that's getting next week. That's the one with the cool sword. Not in at all related to 2 on Ice.
Yeah,
it's always going to be 2 on Meth now.
Yeah, that's right. The sword one looks like fun.
The sword one does look like fun.
Yeah.
That's nice. So just before we get into our last 2 bits of news, which will be the new series and our little bit more of a talk on Do Retry. This is the remainder of the color page leaks. I do really like this though. I think this is really cool.
Yeah. This is the thing, right? So this is our big head artist.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
look at that!
Wow, that is okay.
That.
Yeah.
That opening panel there is just like, what is going on there? And but that's the only panel out of the whole first issue / one shot.
We will talk about that in a minute.
Looks ordinary. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute.
You got Blue Box.
Nice. Yeah, again. Robico.
I'm not biased. Me and Robico. We got the preview page. Actually, that's it. And mine's all right.
That's it. We're done.
Yeah. I thought there was more to that thread, but I guess I was wrong. Jumping straight into Do Retry.
Okay.
So have you been keeping up to date knowing that it's ending imminently?
I'm like, I haven't read the latest chapter. I'm just reading that now.
Honestly, it felt like it was going to wrap up. And then it was like, to be continued. I'm like, what? How? Why? What do you mean to be continued?
Do you know what the most confusing thing about this series is? Is his artwork. Like, I'm truly baffled. Like, he does these amazingly detailed. So go across a couple of pages. Sorry. Keep going. Or he punches him in the. Look at that!
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this the difference between someone he's clearly spent a lot of time on this page? Like, this is a key factor page. He's gone, we got to do this properly. And it looks goddamn amazing.
Yeah.
So why does it just, it flips and flops? There's no consistency and it's making me angry. Because I know he's clearly got it in him to do something amazing artistically.
Maybe it's the weekly format.
Oh, guaranteed. I just feel like this guy could definitely lean into something that has that real goof, over exaggerated, borderline JoJo style work.
Yeah. Well, I
But
think
he's not giving the room.
If you look at Bone Collection, it was pervy, zany, over the top, wacky. And then you look at this, and it's clear that he's toned that down because his last series got cancelled. Still got wacky, zany elements, but it's nowhere near as prominent. Especially
and the work.
Our highlight was like Mr. Jackdarm. That was so good.
That was that was on par with where I was hoping this was going to go. Each challenger was going to have some sort of wacky, stupid ability,
which I mean,
have to face,
kind of, but not really.
But I was hoping that would be an arc. Each one of these characters would be an arc that he has to overcome, a new ability he has to get. But clearly, from the start, they've gone, no, I don't think this is going anywhere. That is what it felt like.
Yeah.
He's been pushing himself to do something to try and to appease the masses as opposed to producing something that is just a good piece of work. And it's just the weekly format, man. It's just killing it. There it is again.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's like so dense is paneling. And there's so much work in there.
It honestly, could have comfortably wrapped up this chapter, but I really have no idea what the final epilogue is going to be, because I feel like everything's been resolved. Everything. Even the sister gets the cure for TB because her strong heart, after seeing her papa after he was a shit, made her survive another 6 months, even though she was on her deathbed, to get the TB vaccine.
And then we time skip.
Yeah. And then
it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to a real boxing gym, and here's the girl that's grown up from.
She quit the Yakuza and established a proper gym.
Yep.
Yeah. And then they say prayer to Mama, and the dad's off doing. He's still kind of a deadbeat. I don't know. When I saw this, I was like, why? This is perfect, final page.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I know. Also, it doesn't look like he's got a weirdly jacked arm anymore.
It's because you can't see it.
Yeah.
That beam is actually his arm.
I'm going to be super disappointed.
It's a jacked arm. It's a jacking arm. Yeah, it works either way.
So bad. All right.
Do you know what was best about that jacked arm? Was the whole backstory of that jacked arm. That was like the best part of it, is the fact that he just got really big because he was digging a hole.
Stupid. I loved it. It was so good.
Yeah, it was so ridiculous.
Honestly, anything. He got so big because he was jacking it all the time.
Yeah, that's right. The vigorous guy. He's going for that world record. Okay. Mama Yuyu.
Mama Yuyu?
Mama Yuyu.
What were your thoughts?
I thought it was a great one shot.
Yeah. Again, I have no idea where it's going after this. You said when I messaged you after I finished reading it that it gave you massive Earthchild vibes.
Yeah.
Which took me a while to figure out what you meant. And it was because of the whole one-shot side of things, right?
Yeah, because Earthchild was a great one-shot.
Yeah.
It was like really good. I loved it as a one-shot. And then as a series, to me, it felt like rubbish. But you enjoyed it. But it just didn't know where it was going, what it was trying to do, or
I would say that Earthchild was a 9 out of 10 one-shot and a 4.5 out of 10 series.
Yeah. You see, it
Like
really struggled.
it had its moments, but
there was no identity. It didn't know where it was going.
Yeah.
I feel like there might be prospect here, except the prospect is in the world building side of things. I hope that we delve more into the day-to-day life side of things. We'll catch up next time, man. We'll sort it out.
Were you actually there, Ollie?
Yeah, he was there. Didn't he? Oh, no, he came and visited before you were there because you were late. Remember?
Yeah, I was.
Because you slept in. No, it wasn't you.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, Jack
I was. Yeah, I was completely on time. I actually.
That's because he had been up late at night watching all those East guys. That's good standard.
No, it was work. He works 12-hour shifts. The poor.
No, man, it's the Easter guys.
He was so excited to read Amphibian Noir that he couldn't
I'm
get
glad
any
he
sleep.
enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I'm glad he enjoyed it. But back to Mama Yu. Yeah, I'm actually a little bit excited to see where it goes because I feel like there's a bit of world building going on here that's laid pretty thick pretty early on. It
was a bit dense in parts.
It was serious. This is the thing. This is the weird thing is the internal monologue from the main character is quite serious and quite conflicting to the rest of the world that's surrounding him.
It was me.
So I feel like he's got more to chew on as a main character than most of the current ones do floating around.
There was a point, and you know exactly where it was, that I thought we were ditching him altogether.
Oh yeah, it was so good. I was looking at him like, oh, here we go. We're gonna switch main characters right now, but we don't.
I was a little disappointed that we didn't.
We couldn't. You couldn't use that other guy unless the only.
Oh no!
Only thing that I would have really would have loved is if the main character died, his sigil transferred to the demon girl.
That's what I thought was happening.
Hero, and then the new hero became the bad guy. That would have been.
That's what I thought was
gorgeous.
When she falls over and her left hand sigil starts glowing, I'm like, ooh.
Oh, here we go.
Is she becoming the hero?
That would be okay. In hindsight, man.
Yeah.
In hindsight, that would have made a great series if someone was to make a series about this world. But the clear intentions of this story was it was a one shot.
I kind of got a little bit of Berserk vibes from the other hero.
Oh, he was oozing edge.
Yeah. I feel like that was a little bit of a homage because Guts is not your typical hero.
No, but we're going on the fact that what I thought. This is my interpretation of what happens because they don't actually explain anything to you. My interpretation is he has killed everyone in order to get the power that's required to kill the demons or the demon king or whatever. So he's gone out of his way and actually essentially become the bad guy in order to become the good guy.
I did really like the interactions. That was really cool.
Yeah, the interactions between the MC and this new hero were really well played out.
The mirrored conversation as well was really nice.
We're expecting too much from this series, aren't we?
This was big head, dude.
Yeah,
that's some big growth.
That is enormous growth. Like the quality and art in this is actually quite good, exceptional for a first timer. Whether they can keep it up is a different story.
Load. There we go. So this is what the art looks like. I liked how they introduced the world. The art here gave me like 80s vibes.
As soon as I saw this panel, I'm just like, oh, this feels gritty. Like this is not clean line, designer manga series. This has got like edgy shonen vibes all the way through it in the artwork. So he's clearly not going for the clean and finished style.
The amount of spikes this dude had. That is not going to be...
Look, as from an artist perspective, that is just too much work.
I was just about to say, it's like Naruto's goggles all over again. It's way too much detail.
ASAP. And he has. Like, you look on that second page, halfway down. He's from a distance. There is nothing there. It's just an empty space. So he only does it on the close-ups.
It's way except too for that busy. One.
Oh man, he's got to give it up at some point. It's just there's so much work.
I also really loved the namings. They were so dumb.
So dumb.
It was almost like he just went on a keyboard and
yeah. He's just like dum.
Just repeated some funny
what's a noise that sounds funny? I love that panel underneath though. So under those busts, where he's staring at the empty bust on the end. That's a really nice panel.
Yeah.
His internal monologue is so good though. It's so
well
written.
Like the questioning. Like I like the premise of him being born a hero into a time of peace, and him having that self-actualization of who the hell am I, and that identity crisis. It was really well done. I related a little bit too much. I was like, damn son, I feel you.
And this guy's so edgy. It's like the edgiest guy you'll ever see.
Like so much. Oh my god. Actually, I really liked this dude.
All of them, because they just kept coming up, didn't they? They just like there's all these advisors and everything. They're like, okay, this is my my calculated guess, my educated decision. We should just kill them now.
Yeah. Execute him. I got Tezuka vibes from this series.
Here's that little panel there. And a little bit of Fujimoto in the top left hand corner on that first page there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just in a lot of his art overall, like maybe it's the way he does hair and certain facial things.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is exactly.
You're not wrong. That hair is very Tezuka. He did a lot of that.
Well, this was one of the Tezuka award winners, right? Well, all of them are pretty much, weren't they?
Or two of the three are. Yeah.
Oh, two were winners and one was a runner-up.
which is still a fair effort.
This was gorgeous. I was just.
That's some good paneling right there.
The burning of the paneling was, and like, I was just like. It was nice. It was real nice.
It's great work. It's clearly not. If he can keep this up, honestly, hats off.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be a struggle.
As a first chapter, it was. Yeah, I know. It doesn't slow down. Like at all.
I hope if we're going to carry on as a series, I hope we just get more slice of life with him and the demon, because I think that's just going to be
a bit of a backseat.
She did, until you understood her actual position in the whole thing, because you look at her and you're like, she's some cute little demon that he's living with, but she's like 3 times his age.
And his mother figure, right?
Yeah, and his mother figure. So it's
actually, was it? Yeah, this whole thing was like big oofs. Like, he's suicidal. Well, okay, hang on. He's got depression.
Yeah, he's not suicidal. He's just really conflicted with who he is, what he's meant to be.
I'd say he's got suicidal thoughts, like not to the point of taking action, but
very much in the sense of, why am I here?
If nothing changes and this continues, there's a very good chance that he could, like, that feeling of should I have ever been born could build and start manifesting as. So like there's a lot of dark tones going on.
Yeah, and this is the really outstanding thing about this first chapter, is that internal monologue, is that you get all that information through you.
It does not slow down. Look at that hair.
I know, the artwork has got so much work poured in.
Hey, Nikki.
How are you?
I don't want to give it I don't want to give away that big chunk there.
Yeah. So one of my favorite parts, the first part of this chapter, is the fact that nobody knew what his name was. It's such a goofy sort of thing, but they just keep calling him different names. They're like, you're the hero, Cornero, or Colio.
It was pretty good.
But it just adds on to his internal frustration with, being a hero that nobody knows or understands. It's yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah. That's where I'm at with it as well. It's a very good one shot. I would very much recommend read it. Just read it.
Yeah.
It's
worth a read. Even if it's just a one shot and you just read in it as a one shot, it's definitely worth it.
That's going to give you the last page. Hang on, let me.
Even though his feet are really tiny.
Yeah, proportions are a bit off.
Shut up, Logan. Shut up.
Occasionally, but it's free to read at the moment. It will be for the next 3 weeks. 2 and a bit. 2 and a half.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it's because it's the first 3 chapters. Well, actually, no.
It's only dropped this week.
It'll be free to read.
3.
Well, the first 3 chapters will be always free to read. And then the most recent 3 chapters are free to read. So you've got 6 weeks to read all of it.
Keep up to date. Yeah. You got 6 weeks to keep up to date.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
You got that.
If you don't want to pay the cash.
Give me the cash.
Give the cash.
Also kind of getting a little bit of Black Clover
Kinda.
Only a smidge. I think it's just his design.
I think you're right there. He does have very sort of Black Clover design. The shirt with the crosses across the front there. The X's.
Actually, I don't think it's on.
The weird combination of fantasy and modern. You know, modern shoes, fantasy style shirts. It's a really cool mix.
It's given me a lot of inspo. It's not quite what I'm after with the series that I'm working on, but it's almost similar.
Yep. Right. What's next?
So, I figure we'll jump into Vinland Saga.
Just quickly jump into Vinland Saga.
Yeah, man.
It's a saga, man. It's a conversation, isn't it? Okay, so I started watching this, not reading. I haven't started reading it yet, and I think I will.
No, neither have I, actually.
I'm thinking about starting reading it after the first season.
Don't.
You don't think?
Watch season 2 first.
Okay. So I'm currently going through season 1, and
they are drastically different shows.
Yeah, I get that. But they're both good in their own right, from what I've heard.
Yeah, 100%.
It is probably the most addictive series I've watched for a little while. Like when I told you I'd been watching Vinland Saga, I'm like, I watched some Vinland Saga. I thought I'd watch 3 episodes. I actually watched 7. It does this because each episode is a direct continuation from the previous episode. And when you're on Netflix, they just play back to back to back. So it just rolls. Like you're just watching one big long episode. And because of the kind of content that it is, it's just exceptional.
It's so easy to lose yourself in it.
It's got a lot of Berserk vibe to it.
For someone that hasn't read or watched Berserk, I can see.
Yeah. And it's got a lot of, I'm guessing, historical fact to it. Like the mangaka's done a bit of research.
Yeah.
To
I think it
help
to
push
a point.
This along.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be a little bit of fantasy in there. You gotta play with it. But the fact that the way they smoosh religions over these periods of time of war between countries, and the definitions of those religions and ideals change so much from character to character. It's so fascinating. So that's one of the things that I find more fascinating than just the general plot. I mean, the plot's great. Don't get me wrong. Our MC is just one angry kid, understandably.
Yeah.
And he's just a consistency. Like all the other characters are the important part, and he's just there.
In the first season, at least for the first half, he's the foil. He's like almost like the insert character that you're learning about everything in the world through.
Yeah, he's your gateway into the world that's happening, and you're learning everything as he's moving along. But it doesn't feel like he plays like a super important part in anything that's happening. That's his father figure that plays that part.
Father
figure. The guy he tries to kill every couple of episodes.
Askeladd.
Askeladd.
Man, so good. I thought you were talking about his actual dad.
Oh no, his dad's.
Like,
no, he kills him. Yeah, that's pretty early on.
Dies pretty quick.
First couple episodes.
Yeah.
So no spoilers there. You learn that one real quick.
Yeah. Well, that's basically the whole thing. Is it's a revenge story.
Yeah, it's a revenge story, but it's also a coming of age story. It's also a world building story, because you don't stop learning about the world as you're traveling along. It's a political intrigue story. It's a spy thriller. It's a lot of things sort of rolled into one, and despite all those things going on, I'm a huge fan of the Giant. Out of all the characters in there, he's my favorite. His great uncle.
Oh, Thorkill.
Yeah, Thorkill.
Thorkel, the guy that wears the bandana and his hair.
Yeah, he's got the eye
and he's
patch
just yelling all the time.
Yeah, he's so happy. He's just like the happiest guy in the world, unless someone's not fighting. I mean, that's the only time he's not happy. If he's drinking and he's swinging his axe, he's happy. He's just such a great character. Adds a lot of light to this, like the necessary light to the series. If he wasn't there, the series would be so heavy.
Yeah.
It would almost be hard to watch, because it would be, steeped in a lot of. I reckon it would be, if you follow the main character a lot more, Thorfinn, it would be so depressing.
The voice actor, I really love him. He's been around in the industry for a long time.
Oh, which one?
Thorkell's voice actor.
Oh yeah, yep.
Did you watch it in English?
Definitely. Yeah, of course.
It was a fantastic dub.
It's great.
Weirdly, there's 2 English dubs.
Is there?
So, Sentai Filmworks, I think, did their own English dub. And then there was one that was done by Funimation, I think it was. The one on Netflix, I would say, is the better dub.
Well, that's the one I'm watching.
Yeah.
And where are we? I feel like I know a lot of the voice actors on the Netflix dub.
Yeah,
like they sound familiar.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that the guy who voices Baki does Thorfinn. Which I don't know if you watch Baki.
Give me a second. I can tell you. Because No. Is his name Baki?
Yeah.
No, it's
not. Troy Baker. Blake Jackson.
Oh, was it Troy Baker that did Baki?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, Troy. I think Troy did. I think he's. I feel like he's Eren Yeager. No, that's not right. Anyway.
Down the rabbit hole we go.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad you're really enjoying it, man. It's so
addictive. It's become that show that I just I put on, and I actually don't need to watch it. I can just honestly just listen to it, and I know exactly what's happening on screen. It's good. It's fantastic. It's beautifully written. The stories are great. The world is rich. Just watch it.
It's super violent in that first season.
Well, the weird thing, you keep telling me this. You're like, this thing is like really violent, and I'm like, yeah, okay, it's got a little bit of violence. People get split in half, and heads get.
I mean, anyone that comes
But
up against Thorkill.
It's not like entrails on your face, that kind of violence. It's just like,
I mean, the war
violence.
scenes are pretty.
Even still, it's just like
Yeah, I
you got
suppose
spears through people.
It's not
It's a little bit
over
of
the
blood.
top.
It's
It's
not
just
gruesome. It's just violent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't shy away from like the horrors of war to a point.
Yeah.
It's just really great series. If anyone that's played the Assassin's Creed series and specifically played Valhalla, if you enjoyed that, just watch Vinland Saga. You'll get a much better representation of that whole thing, because it kind of feels like they lifted a lot from Vinland Saga for that game.
Yeah, they probably did. Well, this is what I mean about the mangaka doing his
have
research
like
and actually
similar source materials and whatnot, but I mean, it feels
how much
like
source material can you get from it? There's,
know,
it's that period, it's that particular part of the world.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, it's quite a history lesson for me because I'm not familiar with Vikings in general. I know they were a people that went around and traveled a lot. What I didn't know is they were, such a key factor in
a lot
English
of
war and stuff like that. That's been really fascinating, knowing how much of what's happened there has happened. I'm not a history buff.
It was
I
same for me. Like I didn't know how much Norway was involved with England in,
or how big of a player Norway was early on. They were such a big, terrifying force because they were so organized versus all the other countries that they could cause so much damage.
Spoiler, Finland's most probably going to be Canada, just from like historical texts.
Oh yeah, you kind of from the first episode you get that.
Yeah,
because he's like, oh yeah, I got this headpiece and this pipe from Vinland.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, so he's been to the Americas. I get it. It's
like,
that's no secret.
Yeah.
But yeah, if he's like North America, from what he was explaining though, was probably a little bit further south.
I think it's like not the super icy parts of Canada, but
in between,
sort
of area. Yeah,
I'm so excited for the next season.
Let me catch up. I'll catch up.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Oh, actually, do you want to quickly talk about Chainsaw Man before we wrap up? Is that a yes? Oh, you haven't read it. You haven't read it. Oh no, disappointment. All right.
I know. I'm so sorry. I told you I've been having trouble catching up, and there's like a ton of stuff I haven't read yet.
I'll just tell Fujimoto
there's
to
so many titles to read.
I'll personally call him up on the phone and on the horn and tell him that Logan, he's dead to you now.
Honestly, if he personally rang me up and said, "I'm disappointed you haven't read me this week," I would be like, "Okay, sorry about that." I'll make sure to keep on top of it next time.
You're gonna love it. It was a good chapter.
Okay, it's good. Yeah. Okay.
They're about to like.
I'm excited.
Drop some bombs next.
Is
it next week? I don't know. I think it's next week. I think we're getting a chapter.
Yeah. Admittedly, this week I was straight on to Sakamoto. I was straight on to MMC.
MMA?
MMA. And
MMC.
Sorry, I don't know where I got that from. And I'm trying so hard to catch up with Trojan because I've fallen behind like 3 chapters because he just dropped them so quick and they're so long.
They are big boy chapters.
That I've had a bit of trouble keeping up with them. And did we have a chapter of Dan to Dan this week?
No, actually, it's on break again.
Man, when you said that, I'm just like, what? Are you serious? I missed that?
No, that was my fault. I'm sorry.
I can't miss that. I haven't, so no Dan to Dan and no Kaiju this week. We did have some Wild Strawberry.
Yeah. It's so good.
I'm enjoying it. But at the same time, it's still feeling like super generic at the moment.
Needs to do a little bit more for you.
I'm waiting for, I don't know what it is. I feel like I would have enjoyed it more if he spent just a few more chapters with him and the Doctor, which is with the MC and the Doctor, just a few more chapters of them wandering and him exploring his powers and that sort of stuff before jumping into the whole Fire Force environment.
Yeah, I agree.
Because that's what it feels like, right? It feels like Fire Force.
A little bit. It's the plants. It's Plant Force.
Yeah. Well, what's the name of it? It's like Plant. I'm sure I'll find the name of it somewhere because the name for it's so ridiculously long. I
have no idea what you're talking about.
The name
about the Extermination Squad or whatever it is.
Yeah,
I can't remember that. You expect me to remember things? Come on, man. You know me better than that by now. unless it's One Piece. Good luck.
The funeral.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Force thing. Oh my god. The Special Flower Funeral Force. Why?
I don't know. Before we wrap up, make sure to like our videos, comment on them. If you're not watching us live, for our live videos, jump in at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday, and pop on over to check out our latest project.
That thing's happening.
Yeah.
This is one of the reasons why I'm having so much trouble keeping up with things. I'm laying some art out for this, and it's looking good.
It's not live yet, but if you jump over to the link that I've popped down in the comments, click remind me, you'll get notified at launch, and it's going to be slick.
It's going to be chock full of blood and horror and stuff. It's going to be nice. I'm going to have fun drawing it. Maybe. You have fun lettering it.
Yeah. Oh, dude. That's the best part because I get to read it before everyone else.
That's right. And edit it.
Edit
it. Just go, you sure you want to put that there?
Get my finger in that pie.
That's right.
All right, guys. I've been Brad.
I've been Logan.
We've been Read This Way. We'll catch you next week.